grounds do you have? How many track,
Right.
city of so many people living here, how many athletic stadiums we have?
Yeah.
A long way to go.
It's tough. When I was even doing this preparation for my run, I mean, there are hardly any professional place available for your running practice, right? You either have to go to some lake or some park, and there are always people, they are running at their own pace. They are kids and all. They're doing bicycling and all. And even though Bangalore is a, very close to call as, world class city in terms of because of its IT, we still, don't have any sort of infrastructure available for runners, right? And it's same even in other cities, like if you go to Delhi, you go to Gurgaon, everywhere you go. Uh, there is no clear. We have a couple of stadium here and there, but they are mostly occupied by athletes who are preparing for other games, right? So yeah, it's really tough to find a place in a city, especially to practice your long runs. Either you need to go to roadside
Yeah,
or you go
even
to some.
even if you look at
Yeah,
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 sorry.
please go ahead.
Even if you look at some of the universities and colleges, they boast their capabilities. Now they have the world class infrastructure. There is a Olympic swimming pool, indoor badminton court, a cricket stadium, a running track, or even a world class facility of gym. I think it has more marketing value than a real interest in developing athletes who will represent the country. And of course, everybody's priority is different. As colleges, they want to attract more and more students to come. The popularity is important. And then I think still India is struggling with the identity of developing more intellectual people rather than more physically capable people.
Right, and it also do something with the our oral culture, right? uh, like I was reading this that in US you have your NCAA, your National College Athletic Association, where you are, if you are into high school and you have certain credit for your sports activities, you will get full scholarship, right? And then because they already have that kind of a system available since they're since their school, they excel really well once they enter they later in their life. And that's why you see they choose this thing since they're in school, and because they get that kind of environment available in their school. A couple of my friends who are doing their masters there in US, they were telling that even a small normal school which you see in US, they have a stadium better than which you can see in India in terms of their athletics facilities and other things and gyms and all. It's far superior than your best gym which you can find in Bangalore, and that is something which we are lacking.
No, see, I think it's also the way we are brought up by our parents and the society. Culturally, there is a lot of differences. Now, I had an opportunity to um, tour with a group of students from Australia. So they're all connected with the sports industry. They are physiotherapists, nutritionists, coaches, and from the Richmond Tigers is very pop. It's like the IPL Chennai Super Kings of Australia, right?
Okay.
So they are into AFL, the Australian Footy League, and I had an opportunity to tour with these people. I found a lot of unique things. All the 1920 kids, I would still call them as kids because they were like, the age range was about, let's say, 18 to 21. Um, they were national level players. They were coaches who were aspiring to represent the country and go and be part of their kind of professional um, kind of needs that the country at the country level, right? So then there are few others who are running their own gyms. They're all connected with sports. As teenagers, if I compare them I was with them for almost 10 days. And every single day I would spend with them almost 6 to 7 hours. Every single minute, they talk something about sports. They talk something about the games that they would play. They talk something about some sporting event that they all were part of and what really happened. They're always talking about sports and in a very playful manner. But if I compare that with a bunch of, let's say, 16, 17-year-old to 21-year-old Indian kids, our interests are very different. It could be more intellectual, could be more subjects other than sports. Okay. Uh, I'm not saying who is better here. There's no comparison between the Australian kids who love sports all the time, the Indian kids. We are not talking about sports all the time. But if you're why are they so different with regards? We are talking about sports and fitness, and why they're so different, because right from the childhood, they are exposed to an environment which is all about fitness, sports, and team sports, contact sports, winning. The concept of learning something, they also develop attitude. They also are very intellectually superior. They develop a spirit for team and leadership. They develop everything they develop through sports. There's a cultural difference there. Okay, and of course, we are trying to compete with uh, other countries who are much more superior in terms of their cultural values and attitude towards sports. Okay, so that's going to take a lot of time, but there is a change that is already happening in India, and I have coached a few kids who are in the age of, let's say, 13 to 16, helping them with their badminton kind of skills and ability. I've helped a girl who wants to professionally play badminton with her fitness, a cricketer aspiring to become kind of represent under 16 and go and play at the school and college level. Their parents have invested a lot of money. Unfortunately, if you do not invest a lot of money, you cannot learn a sport in this country. So that is another problem, because the schools do not have the right infrastructure, or even if they have infrastructure, unfortunately, the coaches are not ready to develop. They are there to conduct classes with 45 minutes, 30 minutes of engagement. They're able to do that, but they're not able to develop the world class athletes because they themselves do not have the right qualification. And of course, if you want to bring in experts, the universities and the schools will have to start spending more. And this is a whole attitude different. I think there are a few schools which have started doing this.
Right. And I was talking to one of our world-class boxer, Manish Kaushik, in last episode. So he won medal in Commonwealth Games 2018, and now he is qualified for coming Olympics. And he was telling me that he was basically, army came into touch with him, and they army basically gave him a job. And because of that, he's able to continue his training. And he was just explaining that how it's tough for any athlete to continue their training without a job. And because once you are out of college, you need a job, right? They cannot keep just continue training. Of course, there are a couple of options available from your government side. They pay you, they make sure you are into a camp, but it's tough without. And I was asking him that what you would have done if you were just training without this army job. He was saying it will be very tough.